Welcome to Plutus Academy. Today we'll discuss about verb and that too about verb basics. See, we'll be discussing verb in two chapters. One is verb basics, in which we'll discuss about helping verbs, and one is verb advance, in which we'll discuss about main verbs. So, today we'll start from verb basics. I think before starting the chapter, we have to figure out that what verbs are. What do we mean by verbs? Any word that denotes an action is called verb. That denotes an action. Okay, so drinking, it's an action. Walking, dancing, all these words are denoting actions. So there are verbs and they are main verbs. But in this chapter we have to study about helping verbs. Helping verbs are those verbs that either show ability, permission, existence, possibility, of subjects. The verb that denotes action are known as main verbs, and the verbs that denote possibilities, abilities, permission, existence, orders, they are known as verb basics. Okay, so in verb basics we have to discuss about helping verbs. So first let us see that how many types of helping verbs we have to discuss in this chapter. There are three types of helping verbs. First is marginal auxiliary verb. Second is primary auxiliary verbs. And last but not the least are modals. Marginal auxiliary verbs, primary auxiliary verbs, and modals. So we'll start with marginal auxiliary verbs. There are three words that come under the category of marginal auxiliary verbs, and those three words are used to, need, and there. These verbs are used as main verbs and sometimes as helping verbs. As far as used to is concerned, then if any form of be is present before used to. Now first we have to consider what are the forms of be. Okay, was, were, is, am, are, all these are known as forms of be. So if used to is preceded by any form of be or any form of has, have, had, then used to will behave as adjective and we have to use first form of verb plus ing after used to. Let us consider this stuff again. If any form of be, the forms of be are was, were, is, am, are present, or if any form of has, have, had is present before used to, then used to will behave as adjective and we have to use first form of verb plus ing after it. Okay, so let us consider some examples. And you should also remember that be or has, have, had plus used to plus first form of verb plus ing will show or will represent a habit, or you can say a habitual action. See, that is used to making cookies so they always come out perfect. See, is form of be which is present here and after that used to is there in the sentence, then we have to use first form of verb plus ing and used to is behaving as adjective here and it's representing a habit or habitual action here. Okay, but if used to is not preceded by any form of be, then we have to use first form of verb with used to and used to will behave as a model, or you can say marginal auxiliary verb. See, so let's have a look at the examples. Okay, We used to drive on the left in India. See, no form of be is present here, only used to is present, so it's being followed by first form of verb, or it's behaving like a model. But if the sentence is like, but now we have got used to driving on the right here in the US. See, now in this sentence, a form of be, or you can say a form of has, is present, and which is followed by used to. Then we have to use first form of verb plus ing. If used to is not preceded by any form of be, then we are using first form of verb. But if used to is preceded by any form of be or have, then we have to use first form of verb plus ing after used to. Okay. In this sentence, used to is representing a past habit. And in this sentence, used to is representing a present habit. Okay, so this was all about used to. Now we'll consider need and dare. Need and dare are those verbs that partially behave as main verbs and partially behave as helping verbs. So they sometimes they behave as main verbs and sometimes they behave as main verbs. Sorry, helping verbs. Okay, so need means requirements and dare means challenge, or you can say courage. The first thing which we have to learn here is that not is always used with helping verbs. So whenever these words are present with not, that means they are being used as helping verbs in the respective sentences. If you'll find need not or dare not in any sentence, that means they're being used as helping verbs in those respective sentences. Okay, so let's have a look at the examples. You need not explain it anymore. So need not is helping verb here because we already knew that when not is being used with these words, need or dare, then they'll be used as helping verbs. And explain is main verb here. You don't need to explain it anymore. See, here in this sentence, not is used with do. So that means don't is helping verb here. And if don't is helping verb, then need will be main verb in this sentence. And always remember one thing, always remember that if a main verb is followed by another main verb, then we convert that main verb into 2 plus V1 form in order to make it as object of the previous main verb. अगर एक मेन वर्ब के बाद कोई और मेन वर्ब आ रहा हो तो उस मेन वर्ब को, जैसे कि यहाँ एक्सप्लेन आ रहा था, हम 2 प्लस V1 में कन्वर्ट कर देंगे. हमने क्या कर दिया, 2 प्लस V1 कर दिया ताकि ये नीड का ऑब्जेक्ट बन जाए. ओके. एंड ऑल्सो विद एवरी modal, with every modal we use first form of verb. अगर किसी सेंटेंस में नीड मॉडल्स की तरह यूज होगा, दैट मीन्स हेल्पिंग वर्ब की तरह यूज होगा. नीड हेल्पिंग वर्ब की तरह यूज होगा, देन वी हैव टू यूज फर्स्ट फॉर्म ऑफ वर्ब देयर. एंड इफ नीड इज बीइंग यूज्ड as a main verb in a sentence, then we have to use 2 plus V1 form after need. Now we'll consider examples. How dare you touch my phone? Okay. So this is the interrogative form of a sentence. Now in interrogative forms, helping verbs are always used before the subject and main verbs are always used after the subject. What are you doing? Where are you going? What do you want? In all the three sentences, the subject is preceded by helping verbs, and the subject is followed by main verbs. So, helping verbs are always used before the subject in interrogative forms, and main verbs are always used after the subject again in interrogative form. So, let us consider the sentence again. In this sentence, you is the subject of the sentence, and before you there is present, and we already knew that helping verbs are used before the subjects. So, there is used as in helping verb in this sentence, and touch is the main verb of the sentence, and that's why touch is present in first form of verb. How dare she criticize us? How dare she criticize us? So again, the subject of the sentence is she, and there is present before the subject. That's why it's working as helping verb here, and criticize is main verb here. Okay. Do you need to use the hair dryer? Do you need to use the hair dryer? So the subject of the sentence here is you, and is being preceded by do. Do जो है वो subject of sentence से पहले आ रहा है, तो इस केस में helping verb कौन होगा? Do होगा, and you is followed by need. So need is working as main verb here, and if a main verb is followed by any other main verb in the case of modals or in the case of marginal auxiliary verbs, then we have to convert that verb into plus V1 form, और यही हमने यहाँ पर use के साथ किया है. क्योंकि नीड मेन वर्ब था और यूज भी एक और मेन वर्ब है, तो हमने उसे ऑब्जेक्ट बनाने के लिए 2+V1 की फॉर्म में कन्वर्ट कर दिया. You will need to know the difference between good and bad people. You will need to know the difference between should be full stop here, not question mark. Okay, so in this sentence, will is the helping verb, need is the main verb, and the main verb is followed by know, which is again a main verb. So we have converted it into 2+V1 form. You needn't read every chapter of the book, as we've already discussed that not always comes with helping verbs. So it's behaving as helping verb here, and that's why it's followed by first form of verb, which is read. Why need I stay here? I as a subject. Subject is preceded by helping verb. subject is followed by main verb, should be first form of verb. Okay, so now I'm summarizing the whole video. We have learned that there are three types of marginal auxiliary verb: need, dare, and used to. Clear? Need and dare, if they will come with not, then they'll behave as helping verbs. And first form of verb should be used after them. But if they will behave as main verbs and are being followed by another main verb, then that main verb should be converted into 2 plus V1 form. And for used to, if used to is being followed by any form of be or have, then we have to use first form of verb plus ing. But if it's not followed by any form of be or have, then we have to use first form of verb with used to. It will represent present habit, and this will represent past routine action. So that's all for today. We'll continue this chapter in the next video. Thank you and have a nice day.